year, Ryan.
Thank God.
It's over. It's been a year since we started the podcast as well.
That's crazy.
I know. This is Jurge Ryan Video Games. I'm Jurge.
I'm Ryan.
And happy holidays to you if this goes up before Christmas. I mean, there's still New Year's.
Yeah, that is legally a holiday.
That is legally a holiday, but not New Year's Eve.
No.
For some reason.
I don't. Even though that's the night.
That's the night.
That's the night.
That should be the holiday.
Look, man, let's not. This isn't that kind of podcast. We're not gonna.
No, this isn't Holiday Cast. Right, this is Jurge Ryan Video Games. We are a monthly video game podcast where we discuss most relevant news of the month prior and the games of the month prior, and then what we're looking forward to in the next month. But this is a special wrap-up episode, like we did for our first episode of this podcast.
We're looking at all the best moments, all the best games, all the most disappointing things that happened in the year of 2016.
Mm-hmm. The suite
but only regarding video games.
Right.
Because that would be a longer podcast.
Uh-huh. The sweet is never as sweet without the sour, one person said. I think it was the actor who played Earl from My Name is Earl in the film Vanilla Sky.
This is off to a great start.
I feel like our end of the year wrap up is very casual compared to most end of the year things. We're not listing stuff together. It's just,
I mean, for one, we're both college students. We can't play every single game.
To be fair, at least I have. I played over about 40 games this year.
I have not.
Yeah.
I don't even know how much I did.
A lot of those were stinkers. Actually, yeah.
Most of them were stinkers from what you've told me.
Yeah, because I'm curious. I always feel like, what's this? What's Homefront the Revolution all about? Oh, that's not good. No. Sorry, we got a bunch of arbitrary categories that we came up with. We're using
like best memes.
Nope, not best memes. No.
What about villain you'd most like to hug? That's another Steam award. That's the joke I'm making. The Steam awards are ridiculous and not.
Oh yeah, right.
Interesting.
They were like totally like, I don't know. It's just super internet shit culture.
Something that like I felt like no one actually did.
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyways, our categories are slightly better than the Steam Award categories.
Only slightly. Games we spent the most time with is the first one we're going to start with. Games we wish we had more time, or any time for, period.
Yep.
Biggest surprise, biggest disappointment, games we want to give a shout out to, and top 3 games of the year. So not a lot. And maybe at the end we'll talk about what we're looking forward to next year. I think we did that last podcast, but I don't think we segmented it out. It just naturally happened. So Ryan, I'm going to let you start with games you spent the most time with. A game or games. I don't know. I only put one game on mine.
Oh, I have 3 for each.
Okay, that's great.
Okay, awesome. So the first game I spent. So this game is the game I've gone back to the most in the year, and it's almost a surprise game. It was Overwatch.
That is a surprise for you. It is a first-person shooter.
I hate first-person shooters with a passion. They're one of my least favorite games, but I really, really like Overwatch.
That's good, Ryan.
I
don't think you were too deep into it when it came out originally.
No, it came out. I saw a gameplay of it, and I was like, maybe this looks like it's more my jam. And I had played Splatoon the year before, so I was getting more into shooters in that regard. So I was like, I'll try this. I can throw down a little bit of money, and it was fun.
What is it that you like about Overwatch so much?
It's less about the kills, more about it's more about the objectives. The characters in it are all fun and colorful. They all have fun backstories, and I make fun of the meme culture, but the memes are at Overwatch I love.
Do you?
Yeah, I love calling Soldier 76 Dad. I love calling Mercy Mom. Reapers and Edgelord.
I guess the Overwatch memes don't really bother me. They're because it's such a culture embedded with the game.
Yeah.
I feel
like you can't take Overwatch seriously. I feel.
Yeah.
I mean, people do, but like even they are part of the jokes, and the jokes are what makes it fun. Mm-hmm. And like just the people that play online still. Like I know there was a patch that kind of made it so you can't do this anymore, but what I love to do is to get on groups and just make it so we're all playing the same character. I love doing that. That's so stupid and fun. Just have a team of tracers or reapers. Okay. It's so stupid. All
right.
It's so much fun, and it's just I like the community of it, and that's what keeps me going back. The community in like your Call of Duties and Gears of War. That's not fun. I know those people in real life. I don't play games with them for a reason.
Yeah, I like the Overwatch community. It's fun. I never really got into that. I dipped my toe in Overwatch, but I never owned the game. I just played messed around with it a little bit, and I liked it fine. But I don't know.
And there's just the weekly changes they make to it. That summer event, the Halloween event, the Christmas event's a lot of fun. It's just they keep messing with it, and it's still a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it's a good game.
Okay, do you want me to hit you with one?
Yeah,
Ryan?
hit me with one.
Okay, I only got one, so here you go. Maybe I'll come up with another one. I don't know, because Ryan's got 3. I didn't know he had 3. So by default, I put this one on there because the longest game I played, which was Dark Souls 3.
Oh, jeez.
Dark Souls. So last year, I played Bloodborne, which is the first Souls game.
Was that your game of the year?
That was my game of the year last year. So I still think it's one of the best games of this generation. And I played Dark Souls 3, and I think it's good. I never played any other Dark Souls. It's a Dark Souls game that it's very, very... It leans very heavily on the lore of the other games. It almost feels like a game that's like, let's end Dark Souls, because how many callbacks and stuff to the other games in the series it is. And I have that just goes over my head. I'm like, it's cool. And I don't know, I wasn't really crazy about it. Nothing about it was that memorable. I remember a few things. You fight a giant skeleton man in it. That's all I can remember.
Not as to you like Bloodborne
it did not speak to me as Bloodborne. I think and I think that's for a lot of people. I think Dark Souls 3 it's a good Dark Souls game. I think
is it more similar to Bloodborne than other Dark Souls games?
So it does feel like a game like with after Bloodborne. Like it's a faster game. It's a little bit streamlined in the fact that you have if I remember, if people tell me there was a ability bar that was both your magic and your endurance or something like that. I don't know, but that's separate now. Yeah, I don't know. It's good. I put like 55 hours. I liked it. Bloodborne the Dark Souls games are something like, at least with the 2 games I've played, there's sort of a thing like I can just play. I don't know. Like I usually hate those types of games. I hate my time being wasted with stuff like Ubisoft that makes the same kind of collect-a-thon sort of thing. And the Dark Souls games feel like that, but their own thing. Like, you're going to go in here, you're going to get your butt kicked, and then, but there wasn't a lot of surprises, and there wasn't a lot of mystery around Dark Souls 3. Like, everything was pretty, like, I knew what I was doing. I was never lost. Like, it felt, I don't know.
Still great.
It's a great game.
It just didn't have that.
Like,
it didn't draw you in as much.
Mechanically, it's the best one. Mechanically, because this is, like, after 4 or 5 games that they've been able to like hone and like balance the mechanics and stuff. I think some stuff is weirdly broken that got fixed. There's like a whole there was a whole class build you could make that was just completely broken. Like it didn't do what it was supposed to do. Dark Souls 3 spent the most time with, I guess, this year. And I'm glad I played it. It's on my top 10 of the year for sure. I just did not grab me as much as Bloodborne did.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Still good though. All right, another game. So in terms of I thought it was in different ways. In terms of like the game that like I spent like 2 weeks just playing this game. Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
That game's gonna show up a lot on this list.
That is a good game.
That is a good video game.
I still haven't. I'm at the final boss and I haven't gotten to it yet because I almost don't want it to be over. And I've heard there's like a 2-hour cutscene after that.
Oh.
So I feel, and because the cutscene, it's like I need to like set aside time, and I know I will probably have that time sometime because we're both on break right now. I also want to do other games, so it's difficult. But Tokyo Mirage Sessions is a damn good game, George. You know this.
It is a very good video game.
You know, when we look back on the Wii U, like definitely like in terms of RPGs, I feel like that's the best one.
Still haven't played Xenoblade, but that's coming to Switch.
That is rumored coming to Switch.
Probably
will. I mean,
probably.
They put a lot of time into that game. Yeah. But yeah, it's just colorful, very funny. The mechanics are great. The music is fantastic. Like I've talked about this game a lot already.
Yeah, we have. And again, it's on a couple things.
It's on a couple things on your list. So yeah, and it's on another category for mine, so I can get to it a bit later.
Yeah.
It's a great game. Yeah, if you have a Wii U, if you're one of the elite few,
sure,
have a Wii U, and you can get over the fact that it's such an anime game, it is worth your time definitely.
So what's that third game, Ryan?
I can talk about it more later, but it's Stardew Valley.
Okay.
I love that
So
game.
Stardew Valley is on there, but it'll show up later.
It'll show up later, so we can move on to the next category.
Cool. So the next category is games we wish we had more time for, and mine is Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
Oh man.
So I've been playing. So now that Game of the Year stuff is coming up, I've been playing more of it, and I'm like, yeah, this game fucking rules. I finished Chapter 1 with 8 hours in.
Oh wow.
I don't know if I spend too much time leveling. Does that seem like too much time? I'm level 15.
No.
Okay.
It's just because the game is so long. I feel justified in doing that.
I feel like it's long too. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wish I had more time for this game because it's an RPG. I don't know, like I feel like mentally I need to make myself okay. I'm going to commit to putting the time into an RPG. and I could never make that commitment in my mind for it. I was like, I'll come back to it. And then that's Game of the Year, and now I'm finally putting more time into it and actively playing it.
That's why I'm so stingy with RPGs, because RPGs are probably one of my favorite. And that's because, like, you have to really put time into it and connect to these characters. And Tokyo Mirage does such a great job with that. All the characters are great except for the main guy.
The main guy
sucks, yeah. But, like, Tsubasa, Kiria, those two are amazing. And everyone else is so awesome.
Yeah.
And it's like...
But yeah, I just couldn't make that. I couldn't commit.
I honestly don't want the game to end.
It's great.
Especially since it probably won't ever get a sequel.
No. Probably not. I mean, because it was
even a port, probably. I think it'd be too difficult to port.
I think some people are being pretty optimistic that it's going to get a port, and I just don't see that.
It's very dependent on the gamepad.
Is it? I don't think so.
I mean,
dude, I can't even fucking... If you plug in headphones to that game, it doesn't work.
Oh, it doesn't?
No.
Oh, man.
And I can't play it off screen either. I think you could move all that stuff.
I think you could. I don't know if Atlas wants to go through that because they put a lot of time into that game.
I think you might have to completely remove the text message stuff.
Oh, but that's so much fun.
I know, it's so good, but otherwise it's annoying.
That's true.
Unless you get a companion app. Because otherwise it is annoying.
That would be a great companion app, though.
Sure.
That'd be like the
that's like Mystic Messenger shit.
That'd make the most sense as a companion app.
Like I get the messaging interface that they use for the gamepad is charming and makes it feel like this sort of modern, like 20th century
thing. It gets
thing.
you more into the characters' lives. It makes you feel like you're part of that. It's so good.
It's very, very good. Ryan, you want to put a game that you had more time for?
I have 3 here. They're just... I'll just run through them because they're games I wanted to play this year, but I couldn't. First one is Civilization 6.
Oh, shit. There was a Civilization game
this year. And it's gotten great reviews. When it comes to Civ games, the standard thing is a Civ game doesn't become great until like it's had an expansion or 2. Like, Civ 5 was fine, but once it got both of its expansions, it was a great game. But Civ 6, from what I've heard, is, like, the first Civ game that, like, out the gate, it is, like, rocking it. And I've seen some gameplay, and it looks super solid and fun.
Talk about a time sink, though.
Yeah, that's why I haven't played it, because it takes, like, 12 hours to finish one round of Civ. And it's also given that you want to play with friends, too. And it's, like, it's hard to get enough people in one game of Civ and have those people keep coming back to finish that one game of Civ. So Civ 6, I love Civ 5. It's super fun, especially with friends. I don't know if I have time for Civ 6, and also it just came out and it's very expensive, so it's hard to convince my fellow poor friends to get this game.
A lot of strategy games this year.
It's been a good year
there's
for
an
that.
XCOM. There's 2 Fair Access games this year. XCOM 2 came out as well.
Oh, yeah. Other than that, The Witness. I think, is that on your list somewhere?
So it's not on this list, but on my top 10 it is. We're not sharing top 10. We're only doing top 3.
Yeah.
I'm doing a thing later for my top 10.
Okay.
But it is on my top 10. You weren't even able to play it, were you?
I can play it soon because on the PC. I might get that this break if I have time. That's more towards the bottom of my list. But
the also thing is, like you said, it's because we are college students and it's an expensive game.
It is.
It's $40.
Yeah.
I got it.
Steam sale's on right now, so that's gonna be how I get it probably. But yeah, The Witness. Braid's awesome. Of course, I want to get something else by that guy.
I wonder how that is playing on PC. I don't know because
I've heard it's fine.
I mean, I'm sure it's performance, but I feel like the more relaxed you are, the better. Like if you're on a couch, like I played on PS4 when I played originally.
Yeah.
And I obviously I hit a wall, and then I took some time away, and I couldn't play it again because once you take a break from it, like I'm fucked. Unless you got to start over because it's all like. It builds on things, and you gotta know, like, you gotta be in the mindset.
You gotta be continuously working on it.
Exactly. And if not, like, that whole logic is just busted, and I'm fucked. But yeah, because I played on the couch, and I was like, and then I took some time, and I don't know, maybe it's good on PC. It's probably fine on PC. I don't know why I think.
I play all my PC games on a couch because I have a weird setup.
Okay.
Yeah. Other than that, Corpse Party 3DS. Yeah, I've talked about this game a lot. It was supposed to come out this... It was
supposed to originally come out in September?
It was supposed to come out in the summer, then it got moved to September, then it got moved to October.
Then it came out in the early November?
Then it came out in early November.
Or late October.
It was one of those times, and like it got delayed so much, and I just couldn't...
And I
just couldn't. Like, I've heard Corpse Party is fun.
Me too.
When I heard it was coming out, there was nothing on my 3DS at the time, and I was like, this seems like something that I could get into. It's a horror RPG. There's not a lot of those. It's pretty simple from what I've heard. It's pretty solid from what I've heard. So that'll be great. It kept getting delayed and delayed and delayed. If that didn't happen, I would have played it, and I probably would have liked it a lot. But, you know.
Yeah, it's very confusing because that game has been translated. Like, it's on PSP, unless they were doing a completely new localization.
I don't know what was going on.
I don't know.
It might be because the 3DS is a very weirdly powered system. I don't know. Maybe that was just weird.
I have no clue.
I don't know.
Games I wish I had more time for. Another one. I just haven't touched this one yet. Final Fantasy 15.
Oh, jeez.
Haven't gotten around to it.
Back.
Yeah, because I think I might be getting it for Christmas.
Oh, jeez.
So I haven't been able to play. I haven't been able to touch it because I'm like, oh well, I don't want to buy it or anything because I haven't played that yet, but I want to. It's not my biggest surprises of the year, but maybe I should just. I'm just gonna put this out there because whatever. But like the biggest surprise for that game is that it was good.
Yeah.
Like for months, I was like, this is gonna be bad, and then like the week before, I was like, I think it's gonna be good, and I'm not ready for that reality. And it turns out it's good. Like it's got problems, and it's kind of a mess, but it's a good video game. Like it definitely feels like a mess. Like everyone was over here. Like we gotta fucking put this thing together, guys.
I've heard it's fun though.
No,
that's the thing. It's just fun.
Like it's an RPG you can immerse yourself in.
Like you feel like you're in this group of boys and you're just having fun with them. That's what I've heard it feel.
That's what I'm playing. I was like, that sounds fantastic.
And like when I get a PS4, which I'll talk about this story later, but I'm probably getting a PS4 sometime soon.
Should we save that for the next podcast?
Let's save it for the next one.
Yeah, since
that's a great story.
Yeah.
If it comes out to be true.
What a time.
What a time. But yeah, that's a game that I'm definitely going to be looking into. Is the VR thing for it good? Or
I think it's still free bad? As well, and I think it's bad.
Okay.
It's
interesting.
You remember what it is? Just a fucking you're on the car and Cindy's driving the car,
and you're like, oh, hell yeah, man, boo boo boo.
Yeah, and then you shoot a thing, and it, like I said, it feels like the first thing anyone who like here's a headset, do something with it. What if you had a gun and you could look at boobs? What if that?
Yeah, but George, what if that?
Oh yeah, sure, whatever.
You sold me.
Oh god. Another game that I wish I had time for. I just wish I could play. I thought of it last minute. Was Odin Sphere, Leifenhauser, or whatever the fucking hell. That game is so fucking pretty, and it feels so good at 60 frames per second. It feels fantastic, and I played the demo. And I was like, this is great. I don't have the money or time for this thing ever.
Is that on Xbox?
No. It's PS4, PS3, and Vita.
Okay.
But it was it's like an Atlas. It's an Atlas joint. It's made by Vanillaware, who made Dragon's Crown and Muramasa, the Demon Blade. So it's a gorgeous fucking video game. And I wanted to play it, but it's that middle tier game that's...
I'm remembering this game now. I totally remember it now.
Yeah.
I was like trying to like really think about it.
Yeah, it's a middle tier game that just got buried. And I could not... And it came in at a weird time, I remember. And I was like, I just can't. And I don't see when I have the time for it. I just can't. If I was completely... had nothing to do, I would totally play it. And I just don't see when I'll get to it. So, and it's weird because there's other games, like there's some middle tier games coming out in the beginning of the year that I'm going to make time for because it's a new game because we're dumb, and if it's a new game, it grabs our attention more than an old game.
Yeah, even if the old game's only a year old.
Yeah, I'm like, who cares? But yeah, I wish I was able to play that. Love Vanillaware's games. Love Dragon's Crown. It's a great game. So let's move on to the next thing, which is
biggest surprises.
Which is a little bit more abstract. If you remember last year, Ryan, this didn't have to be a video game.
It didn't.
It could be anything.
It could be a concept.
Sure, it could be a concept. Sure.
Mine's 2 games and 1 concept.
Okay.
If that makes it feel better.
Do you want to start?
I'll start off because this is a game that I also synced a lot of time into. Stardew Valley.
Again, here it is.
So. Look, this is the biggest surprise because no one knew this game was really coming out because it was an indie thing. So it just dropped, and it's the Super Harvest Moon game, and it has elements of Rune Factory in it too. You fight in RPG ways, and it's so damn good. I grew up on Harvest Moon. I have not really played those games since I was mostly into them on the GBA era they had and the GameCube ones. It was A Wonderful Life and Friends of Mineral Town. Those are such good games. They're so much fun. And then every Harvest Moon game since then was so mediocre.
Like, I've heard it's gotten worse every single...
It has, especially since the whole
Natsume Marvelous thing.
Even the Marvelous ones haven't been great. Like, I played
Story of Seasons.
Story of Seasons, yeah, and like that was fine, but it felt so like you had like something in place before, so I feel like why are you trying to stretch it to be something different? Mm-hmm. But Stardew Valley is so focused in what it is and the community of it, and it's so much fun and it's so great. And the guy who's making it he's added more stuff to it. Like there's more marriage candidates. You can like choose to have different styles of your farm. Like you can be like, oh, this farm's going to focus on animals or crops or something like that. And like it's so good, and I can't go back to it right now just because I was so focused on it now, and I've played things since that I've kind of forgotten like kind of the people in it, and that's so important for the game that especially for how I was playing it, which was I was so involved with the community that I can't remember everything as well. So it's difficult to go back because it's like returning back home after like a vacation, but you can't connect to everyone the same way.
For me, someone who's never played a Harvest Moon game and has no connection to it.
I have tried to make you play
I know,
this
and I
game
have
before.
one, but I didn't. I got one for a flight, and I never played it. But the biggest, like, the thing is, like, is this game of this guy, it seems like the guy was like, I like Harvest Moon, and these games fucking keep getting worse and worse, and I don't get what the hell it's good. And so this guy sets out to make a Harvest Moon game, right? And he's like, he does it. And not only that, but it's like the best one ever made. And
it's incredible.
Like, it's just done. It's like, how, like, it's weird. Like, because it's hard to believe, like, I'm going to do this thing, and it's going to be the best thing in its genre. And he did it. And it's like,
I don't even think he was going out to be like the best in genre. It's like, I love these games as a kid, so I want to make them more like the ones that I knew as a kid.
And he's like, you're clearly misinformed on what you're doing in this game. Like, this is how you make the video game, guys.
This is how you make the game that you've made before. But yeah, and yet it feels old, but it's modern in new ways. Like there's same-sex marriage in it, which is awesome. And there's a whole bunch of other like modern twists to it, like magic and all that fun stuff. And yet it's so like what the older games were. It's so awesome. And like I feel like in a perfect world, this would get Game of the Year.
I think it's gonna get Game of the Year from some folks.
From
like
some
folks individually, but not like publications.
Yeah.
It's a hard one to bat for.
This is on my top 3. I love this game.
I think it's gonna make it on some top 10s, but
I think it'll definitely make top 10s because this is like, oh, it's so good. Oh, I need to get back into it.
Like it's on consoles, but like the thing is, so we said that I think we talked about it in the last podcast. Like, I think everyone who likes Stardew Valley, I think is like needs to get on a portable. It needs to get on a 3DS. Yeah. It needs to get on a Vita because that's where people like to play those games.
It's going to be on the Switch though.
It is, and it's
so I feel like that is where it will really hit it.
And when they uploaded on PS4, the PS4 trophies also said Vita. So I think they're planning on it as well, but they haven't committed to it.
Because the Vita's a very, like,
oh, it's old. It's also,
system.
like, you don't want to, especially, like, the same thing, you know, like, when Kickstarters and stuff, when they promise a Vita or Wii U version, and they cancel it, they get help, they get fucking...
Yeah.
So I think they're better. I think
that's happened a lot recently.
Exactly.
It happened for Ukulele, and it happened with Stardew Valley.
So I think they're...
And with both of those, it was understandable.
Totally. It's like, it's dead. It's done. It makes no sense for them financially, but, like... but yeah, and so I'm hopeful that it does happen. I think because they did put the trophies, like, we're thinking about it.
Would you prefer to play it on the Vita or on the Switch?
I'd way better. I think Vita.
Vita for you? Yeah.
That's smaller. I'm not committed. Listen, I want the Switch just to stay at home. I have no... Okay. I'm not the fantasy guy who's moving around. I don't give a fuck.
I mean, for me, like, I prefer to play those games at home, even though they are mobile.
Do you? Okay.
It's more of, like, I don't want to look at the TV. I'd rather be, like, relaxing, like, in bed playing it.
Oh, yeah, same here. I think a lot of people do, too.
Yeah. So that's why I feel like the Switch would be perfect for that. Like, it worked totally fine for the PC. It wasn't my perfect thing. But the game did feel optimized for PC in certain ways, and the way you click things. So I don't know how that...
that's the thing, that because the console ports, the controllers is not great.
That's what I've heard, yeah. Which is a shame.
I would like the Vita. Vita's touch.
Vita is
touch. We assume Switch is also touch. We assume.
It probably is.
We assume it is, so...
So yeah, I think... If you're going to play Stardew Valley, get it on PC, and you should get it, but I think a Switch version would be the perfect way to go.
I would go Vita.
Well, right. You know, they're both really the same thing, to be honest.
Kind of, yeah. Was that all your surprise? No, you got more. That was just your first one, wasn't it, Ryan?
Yeah, I had a lot of... So my other surprise was...
and then I'll go with one of mine.
This is a small one, Slime Rancher. It's still in development.
Right. It's on early access,
It's on early access. It's just so cute. Mm-hmm. It feels Minecrafty, but it's not, like, weird. It's just simple and cute. Mm-hmm. And I'm super excited to see what they do with it in the future. Mm-hmm. I really like it so far.
It looked neat, but as someone who doesn't have a PC, I haven't played it. All right, can I go with one of mine?
Yeah. What's one of your surprises of the year?
Oh, boy. Sometimes you say something, you wish for something, and you're not really sure you ever wanted it, So you keep saying a thing, and then it happens, and you're like, wait, no,
Did
actually,
I want this?
I don't think I wanted this. Are you making this whole thing ironically? Because we'll cover this in our next podcast, because it happened in December, but it was PSX, and I was watching it.
Oh, jeez.
And I was like, fucking hell. She was like, oh, we got a game for the whole family. And it's like, oh, fuck, it's gonna be Knack 2. And then fucking shitty music starts playing, and Knack is there, and it's all like, there's 2 of us now. And it's playing, and they're singing a song like, everybody.
I love how, like, I was at work when PSX was happening, and you texted me Knack 2 in all caps, and then later you were like, oh, also Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can see where your priorities are.
Yeah. Honestly, like, Last of Us Part, I don't know. I'm excited for Last of Us Part 2, but...
Knack 2 was definitely a bigger surprise.
So, like, we knew there was a voice... Someone on LinkedIn put it as that they were voice acting in it, but it was still like, sure, I don't know, it might never happen.
Yeah, sure you are.
But the fact is still, this is a fact of the world and the state of the world, that Knack sold more than Super Mario 3D World, one of the best fucking games of this generation, in my personal opinion.
That's true.
3D World's so goddamn fucking good. And why make... Okay, listen, I like Knack.
You defend Knack.
I think Knack is good. And I think...
Everybody!
And I was looking at the PS4 Pro version, and I was like, it runs at 60 frames per second.
Rock your body.
It's got dynamic shadows.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, Knack 1 didn't even run at, like, solid 30 frames per second.
And that was the PS4 game.
And they're putting 2 Knacks on there now. I don't know.
That's hilarious.
It's coming out next year.
What time did they say? Just next year?
They just said next year. I think it's summer, probably, I'd imagine. That's the only place I can see it.
It's
not
going to be their fall
game.
I'd love that.
Because they got quite a bit. Like, it's the weird thing is, like, all these games keep getting delayed now, so now they're getting clogged up and too much is coming out. Like, they got Gran Turismo, Gravity Rush, Horizon Zero Dawn, Knack 2.
Was Horizon delayed, or is it still
February? Yeah, it was supposed to come out this year.
Oh, it was originally. But it's coming out February now, right?
Yeah. And so is Gran Turismo, so it's also come out this year.
I can't wait till I might play that on my PS4, maybe.
Yeah, because
but that's another story for another day.
So yeah, next. Did you go through all your surprises, Ryan?
My one, I haven't played this game yet. It was more the fact that this game happened this year is a surprise to me. Super Mario Run. Can you believe that happened?
It is. I can't.
Can you believe that was announced at an Apple event?
I wasn't that blown away.
Well, it's like
everyone was freaking.
I knew there would be a Mario game on mobile, but I wanted there to be the Animal Crossing, the Fire Emblem games first.
Right. Me too. That's what it seemed like.
Those were promised to be this fall.
No.
But they were replaced with a Mario game, and like I get why they did that.
Sure, it's Mario.
It's Mario, and yeah, it sold great.
Well, we know it's been downloaded a lot.
It's been downloaded great, and it's been sold probably okay. I've heard so many people be like, $10.
That's the thing.
What is this, Nazi Germany?
If you want a Super Mario Run, I'm stealing this from Idle Thumbs podcast, but they said like Super Mario Run is a microcosm of of how the world is completely fucking fucked. That everyone's like, oh, remember now, I want microtransactions. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's the cheapest Mario game ever made.
I know.
$10.
And it's great too.
It's I don't know. I've heard conflicting things.
I mean,
it's for you. You would like it because you like collecting.
I do like collecting.
That's what it's built on.
If only I could play it on my Android phone.
I can't yet.
That's another surprise. It's only on iPhones right now.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to playing. I've only played the first 3 levels.
Me too.
On my little brother's phone. But yeah, Super Mario Run's a microcosm of what's wrong with the world in 2016.
Do you think they'll do the same thing with Animal Crossing and Fire Emblem? I feel
like part of me that says Nintendo is like a fucking iron wall. Is like, get it through your. They're not gonna get the message. They're just gonna do it again.
Well, like
I want them
like
to.
Miitomo is that like microtransaction game,
but it's not aggressive about it.
It's not aggressive.
I actually bought some coins.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was
Good
a sale.
But like, I feel like maybe Animal Crossing might be free with microtransactions just because of how those
I can
games
see that.
are.
I think it would work.
I feel like Fire Emblem, that's a game like
that had to charge money.
You'd have to charge. That would be a damn.
I think Animal
game.
Crossing would be a good free-to-play game too.
Yeah.
I could see a way around how you would do that. Yeah. I actually have one more surprise I thought about last minute and put it down. Speaking about free-to-play stuff. So it was another PSX thing. Because at PSX, so back in 2014, Grasshopper announced that partnering with Sony, they were making a new game, Suda's studio. This was not a Suda game. Let It Die.
Let It Die.
They announced it as something else in Spanish. I can't remember. But they released it at PSX. And it was like freaking free to play, whatever. And I remember seeing the trailers from like, this is not going to go anywhere. I don't know how Suda's still getting work at this point. Fucking Killer is Dead and Lollipop Chainsaw and shit. But everyone downloaded Let It Die and they played it. And I was like, this game is good. Like, it's a good free to play game. It's so fucking weird as fuck.
Like, what kind of game? I've heard about, but what is this?
It's a Dark Souls, Spelunky-like roguelike. So, like, the combat of Dark Souls, like, punch, hit, dodge, punch, hit, dodge, like, that sort of thing. And, like, the Spelunky roguelike is, like, you're going to a randomly generated room. You don't know what's there.
Is this 3D or 2D?
It's a 3D game.
Okay.
And the free-to-play stuff is, like, fair, but, like, it's also really harsh. Like, if you die and you can't pay the, like, to relive, you lose all your character with all the stats and everything. You lose it all. And people can come to your area and also ransack you and fuck your shit up. But it's a good free to play game.
Surprisingly good.
And I think it's gonna be successful if they keep this up. And like their community management is fucking phenomenal. Like they keep addressing everything and they're on it. And I was like, man, I thought the free to play boom like was done. Like I thought like because Sony released some free to play games and they shut down the studios. Sony San Diego was working on some stuff. And one of the other games they just switched to pay for full price. So I don't know. It was a surprise, and I like it a lot. It's not on my top 10, but it's weird. I'm shocked how good it is. But yeah,
I feel like these are but I feel like the other surprises of this year were like
I got one more.
The Xbox and like the Sony, they're like slight upgrades to their system. That's surprising.
That was a surprise, but that surprise got fucked over because it got sucks.
Yeah,
it also
sucks,
sucks.
and it was leaked.
The PS4 Pro is not great. It's not a great purchase.
Like the Xbox One is.
We don't know yet.
The Xbox One, I think the Xbox One S was a very good.
Yeah, that thing like.
And the Scorpio is going to be very interesting whenever.
That thing turned like that was like the final stamp, and like we're turning this whole fucking thing around.
It's just that we haven't seen stuff like that for like ever.
No.
Like Sony did stuff like that back in their day, right?
I don't think anyone's done this.
Oh, they had more like add-ons.
Yeah, that's like Sega did like add-ons and stuff. They had a hard PS2 had a hard drive.
But we never had stuff like this, so I'm just wondering how that's going to affect like this generation of consoles.
I'm interested. Like you already see like The Last Guardian, right? And like The Last Guardian runs better on a PS4 Pro, but not in 4K mode, just in 1080.
It's so weird.
That game hits like 15 frames per second on the base PS4 at points.
Have you played Last Guardian?
Not yet. That's another one I'm waiting.
Okay, man.
I want to so bad because that's
like,
another surprise.
It feels like you have to.
That's another surprise.
The Last Guardian came out this year,
and people are split on it. Some people say it's very good.
It's not like it's not going to be the Shadow of the Colossus.
But no, I think I think it's very Shadow of the Colossus in the fact that it's an Ueda game. Like it's polarizing. Like I think even people back in the day. Like, this game runs at 20 frames per second.
Ooh.
But also, like, when you see Shadow of the Colossus, I'm like, because I look at that game, I'm like, man, I never played this when I was a little kid on PS2. But if I was a little kid and I played on PS, like, this is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Even at 20 frames per second, like, this is fucking incredible.
And for that game, you can understand why it's 20 frames per second.
Yeah.
It's a giant monster, man.
The most impressive PS2 game ever made.
When I play old games, like, I'll be honest, I love it when something crazy happens and the frames drop. It feels fun to me.
Yeah, kind of. I was like, man, this thing is like...
Like, people, like, shit all over the final boss of Super Mario Sunshine, but I love it just because it's so insane and everything's moving so slowly. It feels fun to me. I don't know why. And everyone's like, ugh. It's like, come on, guys. It's a video game. They're not perfect.
Did you have any more surprise? I have one more.
What's your other surprise?
The other surprise is that there is a new God of War game announced, and it was fucking interesting and looked good. I would have... Nope.
You would never expected that on a God of War game?
Never expected it. I was like, that looks good.
they're hiding something serious, something stupid in there. I feel.
I mean, I think it looks like
it's going to have that sad, like, kind of emotional opening, and then it's going to get just the same old.
You think so?
Can't stop the fiction.
I don't think so. I think it reminds me a lot of Tomb Raider, and I'm not crazy about the Tomb Raider gameplay anymore.
You're not? Oh.
I like. I don't know.
We'll talk about that more later.
Maybe. So yeah, I think that's all. I think that's all our surprises, right?
That's the Switch was announced. That's another surprise.
Oh yeah, I mean we knew about it. Did we know about it this time?
We knew it.
Yes.
We knew Nintendo would do something. We did not know exactly what it would be until
it wasn't
about January.
So surprising because we knew what it was.
Yeah.
But it was exciting.
It's very exciting. Yeah. It's still the mystery. There's still mysteries there. That's still exciting.
Yeah. I'm excited. I wanted to launch with that Mario game.
It probably will.
Oh my god, I can't fucking wait.
And then Zelda,
so
and then
hyped.
Breath of the Wild.
I'm more excited for Mario. I'm so fucking hyped
Breath
for Mario.
of the Wild. Oh,
the thing that pissed me off about Breath of the Wild is that I'm gonna have to buy a Switch for it.
Yeah.
Because it looks fucking miserable on Wii U. Just
That's true.
Absolutely miserable.
You saw it running at Jimmy Fallon, and you were like, yeah.
Cool, it's finally running on 30 frames per second. God damn. Oh, Jesus.
It never bothered me It never bothered me on the Wii like it did on other people, but I know I'll get the Switch day one, so I know I'll get it on the Switch.
All right. Well, let's get a little negative here.
Oh, man.
Biggest disappointments of the year 2K16 for video games. Not the world over.
Not the world. That's another podcast.
Ryan, do you want to start or do you want me to start?
Color Splash. I wanted to give that game hope.
Me too. I was optimistic.
I was optimistic, and then it's better than Sticker Star, but it's still bad in the gameplay aspect. And I keep hearing people defend it because, the story and the writing is so good.
Yeah.
And it is. It's so good.
And it's beautiful.
And it's a beautiful, like, gorgeous game.
It's totally like this is the first HD Paper Mario game.
Yeah.
And it looks great.
And it's amazing, but it sucks. It sucks. It's so tedious to play.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
And it's just... Ugh.
I keep thinking
I was watching game. I don't have Thousand Year Door anymore.
Uh-huh.
I sold it a long time ago. But I was watching gameplay of it and I was like, this is a perfect game. And if that looked as good as Sticker Star, but Sticker Star is so bad. And I tried to defend it, but it just shit all over me in the end.
And that and Tokyo are the only things this year for Wii U.
I know, and Tokyo was a masterpiece.
It's a great game.
And I'm very upset. Mm-hmm. Like, there's just a harsh negative.
It's a bummer.
Harsh negative.
It's a real bummer.
What's a bummer for you this year?
Man, fucking Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
Oh,
what
man.
the fuck happened?
Make it
what
right.
did you guys do with the writing in this fucking game? It's so bad. It's so fucking bad. It's terrible. How did this happen? The writing is awful. It's not the original writer from the last one. What's her name? She writes Tomb Raider now.
Ooh, I don't know her name.
I forget her name. But Rihanna Pratchett, right.
Okay.
It's not Rihanna Pratchett. They got, I know it's a man. I don't remember his name. But this thing is like the most watered down sci-fi.
They got Brett Ratner to write Mirrors and Cattle.
Maybe. Brett Ratner. It's so bad. They ruined the character.
Oh, that's a shame.
Completely...
Is it a prequel or a
It's like a reboot prequel.
Oh, that sucks.
And the writing...
Is the gameplay at least fun? Or is it just boring?
No, so it's still fun, but they put you in this open world, and there's not much to do but annoying fetch quests. Like, not fetch quests, but like they're like Ubisoft stuff. Like, yeah, this will fill the world.
But I don't get, like, I think some games an open world just doesn't work. And for Mirror's Edge, that's the game. Like, why would it be an open world?
I feel like a semi-open world would have worked for it.
Maybe, but like you need direction in a game like that because it's all about going.
Like, getting to the mission is more fun than the mission. That's the problem. Because I think movement is great. It's still good. But the combat is fucking terrible. It's so bad. And frustrating. The writing is so bad. I can't get over how bad. This is the worst written game of 20... Like, I can't think of the past few years how bad it is.
You could have been a Jill sandwich bad. Is it that
No,
not
like that. Like, it's just like...
It's just cheesy?
Not even. It's just like, this is just garbage. Oh. Like, it's just like bad sci-fi. Like a bad sci-fi original movie.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I get you now.
It's like, this is a bad guy. He is bad. Why is he bad? He's corporation. Corporation is trying to control lives, people. Why are we... Okay, well, what are we doing? We are the freedom, man. We're freedom fighters. We are liberal, and we're fighting the youth culture. We're here to fight the... What the fuck are you talking about? This makes no sense. Faith, are you still cool? I'm unsure about myself, but I'm also... I got some attitude, and I'm kind of spunky. I'm like, you were fucking badass. What the fuck happened to you? They tried to, like, Laura Croft her, and it fails miserably.
That would not work.
With
Laura Croft, that it worked just because of her situation, but I don't know.
It's so bad.
Let's move on to another bad game. Yeah. Unless you want to talk about something else.
I think that's all. That's my only disappointment.
Okay, you'll also be able to talk. You'll agree with me on this, even though it's gotten better. Miitomo.
It's gotten better.
It's gotten better.
Still a disappointment.
It's disappointing in the sense
it's a Nintendo product. It's a Nintendo
product, yeah. But like, it really should have been more like Tomodachi Life. Like, that's what people would have.
It would have been if people would have stuck around.
That would have got people to stick around because this got people in for a bit, but there wasn't anything to keep you going. But Tomodachi Life, it's so fun, and like when I was playing that game for the first time, I was like, this would work so good on mobile.
And they took like a quarter step.
They took a quarter of it. And I feel like eventually it will get there, but you know, it's gotten better, but it still needs work. And I feel like, you know, it will get there someday if they do keep working on it, but you know, it just wasn't what I wanted. It's not what you want as the first Nintendo mobile game, you know?
Yeah.
Especially since we only got 2 this year and we were promised 3.
I kind of figured
and it was delayed too for some reason.
Yeah. I didn't have the highest hopes for it, but I would say it's disappointing. Yeah.
And then my last one is like, this is going to be on everyone's like most disappointing game, No Man's Sky.
Yeah, I didn't have any expectations for it. Like I thought.
Neither did I, but like I went into it.
I think we all wanted to believe what they were selling us.
We all wanted to believe. And, like, the concept is great. Just exploring the galaxy. That's a cool idea. But, like, it's nothing. It's so boring.
It's bad Minecraft.
And it's Minecraft, but you take away the fun of Minecraft. You just explore.
I knew that. Like, I had...
That's true.
I knew what it was, and I was like, okay.
We told people the truth, and they didn't believe us. And then when the update came out, I bought it, and I was like, maybe it's good now, because some people are saying it's good now, and I'm like, nope, not good. Just awful. Especially if you spawn on a shitty planet like I did. Like, that was not fun.
Yeah, that game is a bunch of bars, depleting bars that you need to keep up, and it's not great.
Nope. Anyways.
I didn't have any expectations for it. All right, I think is it? Oh no, we got games. Next is games we'd like to give a shout out to. I was gonna say it's time to move on to our best games, but you guys want to give a shout out to?
What do you want to give a shout out to, George?
So yeah, this category is usually stuff that might go under the radar, and it's not gonna be our top 10, but we just like it, and we want to like talk about it. Mobile game, Twofold Inc. Twofold Inc. is this sort of made by the developer who made Rip Skynal or whatever the hell. I never played it. I had it. I never played it. It's sort of a mixed with a matching game, and I don't know. It's hard to describe it for me because it's at its face. It looks like a typical mobile game. You are matching colors, and then to fill out, you know. They call it orders in the game, but like your objective is like, we need this much, each block is worth a point. So like, let's say you need 16 points worth of red block. So you connect enough red blocks that are close together to get 16. And I don't think it like changes the game at all, but I think it does it in such a minimalistic and pleasing way. That it just grabbed me, and I feel like no one else was talking about it. I know there were like a few people like, this game is really neat and like worth your attention. Like it's like a soothing and like easy on the eyes sort of puzzle game, and that was enough for me to like to grab my attention. Like it is I think because it was a pay game and it's on mobile, so
no one played part of it.
And it bums me out because I know this developer's last game didn't get much attention. But I really liked it. The folks I told to play, like, yeah, play this thing. And like, yeah, this is neat. I'll play this. Like, how much it cost? $3? Fuck that. And I was like, oh, well, you know, fucking hell.
It's like, I do Google Rewards So they give you credit for answering surveys, and I have like $10 worth of credit. So
really?
Whenever like a game comes out, like a small pay game, I can usually just get it because I usually have credit by then.
I feel like I feel like they haven't been giving out a lot of rewards recently.
Not recently, no. But when you first start, I feel like they'd really throw them at you. And you could get some money real quick. So, yeah, that's why I never have a problem with it. And even if it was it like $3 for a good game, like why would you not do that?
Yeah.
That's nothing. Like just because it's on your phone doesn't mean it has to be free. It's so weird.
Hey, yeah, Twofold Inc. It's a really neat and simple puzzle game that I really like. Ryan, you want to get a game to shout out?
Yeah, I only have 2 for this.
Me too.
We've talked about it already, but like play Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Like seriously, play it. It's great. What are you doing?
You don't own the Wii U, probably.
That's probably it, yeah. Hopefully it comes out to Switch. Hopefully a sequel happens with a more interesting main character.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like. That'd be the best game of all time if that was the case.
There is another Persona 5, except Persona 5 is a lot more dour.
Yeah.
Excited for Persona 5?
It was delayed.
Yeah, it was. I think last year we talked about it. That was the most anticipated game, and I was like, it's still not out. I'm still excited for it.
Yeah.
Hopefully it comes out.
It'll probably come out this year.
Probably.
It's gotta, right?
Maybe. I don't know.
It'll be the Amityville of video games.
I don't know. It's a Japanese game with a lot of text in it, and it's all going to be voice acted. So everything's voice acted.
Yeah.
So I imagine why it's taking so long, but it's a bummer.
Are they trying to do a worldwide release for it then? Is that
no? Because it's already out in Japan.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
It's out in September of this year in Japan.
Oh wow.
So we know it's good.
Okay.
But we just can't.
It all depends on how the quality of the
that too. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so Ryan, wait, you already did Tokyo Mirage Sessions. So I played this one recently, and it's on my top 10, and I want to give it a shout out too because I feel like I don't think it's getting enough attention because it's on the 3rd installment of a series. TKO from Jackbox Party Pack 3. Holy fuck, this party game is the best game that studio has made.
It's fun, yeah.
It's fantastic and hilarious and innovative. It's so fun. It's this game where like, okay.
First off, Jackbox Party Pack, if you don't know.
The third one.
And
I feel like this one got kind of... Because the second one wasn't great. And this one...
I thought it was fun.
But a lot of people didn't think it was that great. And it kind of didn't sell as great as the first one. And I think this one... I don't know. I feel like actually this one's doing better than the second one. But TKO is so goddamn good. It's fucking great. Holy hell. Like, I haven't seen like this much of a party video game revelation since Rock Band, personally. Like, this game is so innovative. So... what you do is you're making t-shirts. To do so, everyone in the party, which you have on your smartphone, you're connected to the game through your smartphone, you draw a very shitty design because it's on a phone, so you can only do so much. And you're on your phone, you draw a little design, you draw 3 of them. Everyone in your party does. And then you put in a phrase that you would see on a t-shirt or whatever, something that's goofy or whatever. And then the party... the game randomizes the designs and the phrases, and then the party chooses which phrase and picture they want to match to, and then all of those shirts then compete with the other shirts that were chosen to, and then the party chooses which one was the best of that group.
Yeah,
there's a lot. I think
it's complicated at first, but once it gets going, it is a lot of fun. Like I was like after I played it with you, like another one of my friends bought it and we were playing it. He actually streamed it on Twitch, and we got random Twitch people to join in, and it was crazy weird. And some people made it crazy dirty, but that was hilarious too. Like, it's just a lot of fun. Quiplash is still fun too.
I think Quiplash is good too, but I feel like that was sort of like a...
like you knew what that game was.
I feel like a lot of their games like have been a sort of building on what they've... a sort of a tweak on what they've done before. Yeah. And this is a completely new concept. Oh, yeah. And like, it's so goddamn good. It's great. I think like it by itself makes Jackbox Party Pack 3 I think one of the best games of the year. I love that game so much.
It is good, yeah.
It's very good. Do you have any more shout outs?
Just like this game came out earlier this year and people were talking about a lot, both good and bad things, and I feel like in terms of the game of the year stuff, no one's talking about it. But Fire Emblem Fates came out this year.
It did.
No one's talking about it anymore, and it was great. It's a great game.
Some people have actually turned the cheek on it, like, maybe it wasn't that great.
I think it's still great. Like, it sucks that you have to buy the game 3 times. I'll admit that's almost stupid, but it's such a full experience, and there's so many fun, colorful characters. I'm not one of those like hardcore Fire Emblem guys, like permadeath. I don't like that. That's too much stress on me. I can't play Pikmin. I can't do that, George.
Okay.
So, like, playing it casual is just a lot of fun for me. It's just a good, solid RPG. And you can play it 3 times, 3 different ways if you have the money for it. I'm surprised there hasn't been, like, some cheaper, like, get all 3 games in one.
No, this is Nintendo.
Yet. And it is Nintendo, so that probably won't happen.
No.
But, yeah, it's great. And hopefully the next Fire Emblem game, when that comes to mobile, will follow that line of quality.
It doesn't make your top 3, though, huh?
Doesn't make my top 3, though. There's been a lot of good games this year, I feel.
I'm interested. I don't think it's going to win any awards.
I think it should win, or at least get nominated.
It's not the best RPG of the year, I think.
It's not the best RPG of the year, which sucks. And it did come out very early, so I feel like that's why people are forgetting about it.
I think so, but also people remember The Witness. People really... and that was the beginning of the year.
Ah, that's true.
I just don't think people are that high that anymore.
Anyways, if you like...
That's why it's on the shout-out thing, I guess. I don't know. All right. Good. Is that all? So should we get the top 3?
Top 3, my man.
All right. Who wants to start? Me?
You start, yeah.
All right. So
number
this is
3.
Top 3 games of the year. My number 3 is Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
Oh, nice.
I have only put 8 hours in it, but this game, I know, like, this game is special.
This was number 4 on my list.
It's so good. It's great. So it's like the cure folks needed for Persona being fucking delayed. Like, it is pretty fucking close to it's like an easier, more lighthearted than 4 Persona game. Its characters are fun, funny. It's like Sailor Moon, the TV show, but the game, it's so Sailor Moon. And again, very Persona. They're called Performas, and you're fighting like shadows. But what are they called? Mirages.
Mirages. Yeah.
It's fucking Persona. It's like Persona 4.5. Plus Mirage Sessions, singing, dancing idols, or whatever the fuck. It's great.
I have the because we got the album when we bought it. I have that on my phone, and it's fun to listen to.
Oh, it's so fucking fire. The soundtrack is great. Oh my gosh,
it's a great game.
It's a great game that, like, for folks like who like. I think it's regardless, even if you don't like the sort of fun anime like style. But even if you're into that and you like Japanese culture, I think you're have a fucking
even if you don't like RPGs, if you just like that culture and that style, you will like
it. Does it well,
and it does it very well.
It's so good. It's very, very good. I like Tokyo Mirage Sessions. I'm excited to play more of it, and I'm confident that I can put it in my top 3 spot, even if I've only played. I played 8 hours. I think that's something.
That's a lot of time for a game.
But it's an RPG. It
requires a lot of time. Yeah. It just gets better, dude. Like every chapter, you pretty much get a new character, like in your party, and that just expands on what the hell's going on. And it's so much fun.
All right, Ryan, what's your number 3?
Stardew Valley. I've talked about it already.
Only number 3, huh?
I love Harvest Moon, and this is the best Harvest Moon game of all time.
But only number 3.
Only number 3. There's some other stuff that came out this year. But yeah.
Oh, I know what number 1 is. Never mind.
Oh, yeah, you know what number 1 is.
God damn it. All right, never mind. Go talk about Stardew Valley.
Stardew Valley, We've
talked it to death, right?
It's so good.
Like we said, it really, yeah.
Like, you should play this game. It's so relaxing. It's so fun. It's so chill. It's so retro. It's so good. Like, play it. Just play it, George. When it comes to the Vita, maybe you'll play it, I feel.
I hope it comes. I don't know. We'll see.
You have a Harvest Moon game that you refuse to play.
I did. Back to Nature, I think, is the one I have.
That's a good one, too.
Haven't played it.
It's just Tales of Mineral Town, but in 3D.
That one's in 3D.
It's
maybe it's not the one.
The models are in 3D.
Oh, yeah, they are. Right.
Yeah.
Everything else is 2D, though.
Yeah.
All right. Number 2 game of the year for me. Bound.
Oh, only number 2.
Yeah, number 2. So yeah, it is a 10, but I like Bound a lot. I think Bound's fantastic. I've said it before, and I am recording a top 10 game of the year list for a site and for my editor who I wrote that review for. And I remember thinking, like, when I played that game, I had it early, and I was like, this game's gonna be special. This game's gonna blow up. And it came out, and it didn't, and I was shocked. Because for me, I really did I think Journey's a good game, and I say this all the time. I think Journey's a good game. I don't love it. I don't think it's a masterpiece. I think it's kind of dull at points, and I think it does have moments that are super evocative and fantastic. I love the ending, but it never connected with me that much. I love Bound so fucking much. The soundtrack, the visuals, the movement. I think the story is okay. I can empathize with it for someone who came from a sort of disjointed family. But man, there is there's nothing like it. Like, it's so modern and sharp and bespoke and alive, and I fucking love it so goddamn much. And every time I think, maybe I was wrong about that one, maybe it isn't that good, and I listen to the soundtrack, and I'm like, fuck, and I look at it, and and I see what people do with the photo mode, because I said, like, this photo mode is fantastic, and not only can you take pretty pictures, but it actually helps you with the game, because you can see through the whole thing. And I see what people do with that game, I'm like, fuck, no, this game is great. And I think it's at some point, if I can get fucking redemption, this game's gonna become a cult game. It's so goddamn.
I feel like it will.
It's so good. It reminds you of something like a Rez or a Nier or something like. It's so good. I like it so much. I think the story is like the weakest part of it, but I don't think it overshadows how great it is. I think it's still a 10. Like I gave it a 10. I love it so much. Yeah. Go play Bound. It's so. I like I said, I've seen people play. I'm like, I think it's fine. I'm like, man, I don't know. Some folks really like the VR thing is what sold them on it, because it does have a VR mode. It's getting an update actually. I think you can play the whole thing in VR now.
Oh, cool.
I think because it's getting another patch.
We might be able to try that out.
Maybe, yeah. But yeah, Bound. What's your number 2, Ryan?
Number 2, Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Oh yeah, they made a good Pokemon.
They made a good Pokemon game, which was a surprise to me. So yeah, I went into this negative because I really hate X and Y and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. They're not good Pokemon games. They're fine games. Like looking back, like I'm very negative at them, but they're fine games. But as Pokemon games, they really take a step backwards and treat the player like they're an idiot child. And Pokemon's fan base now are not children. Like, there's still children playing them, but a majority are those adults who have keep playing those games since they originally came out. But Pokemon Sun and Moon, it's so good. Like, they're just fun adventures. Like,
they finally build on what was already there.
Yeah, like, it's for the first time in a Pokemon game, you really feel like you're a part of this environment in this region, and the world around you feels like full and complete. You're like you go into this society, and the society has like such a close bond with Pokemon, and you feel that. You feel all these people like just generally caring about this world and the people they're part of. And then, I finished the game since then, since I originally talked about it on here. The ending is great. The Elite Four stuff is great. The post-game stuff it's not perfect. I'll say that. It's not perfect, but it's very good, and it will definitely keep your time for compared to people who love battling. That's not really my style anymore. And then apparently there's going to be a new version on the Switch. That's the rumor.
Mm-hmm.
That will be awesome. I don't know what else to say about this, man. Like, I talked about it for quite a bit when we did. It's on that tier for me, like that gold Pokemon tier of like what a Pokemon game needs to be. Like Crystal or Black and White and Black and White 2, Pokemon Sun and Moon. It's really advancing this series. And I honestly, like, I was replaying some parts, and I'm like, I don't know where they can go
That's
next.
What I was thinking. I was like, where do they go from here now?
Yeah, because it's so... Like, obviously, next, I feel like a remake is the next place they'll go. A remake of Pokemon Sun and Moon. And then maybe a remake of the 4th generation, because that's the next step. But as for the next, like, series, I don't know where they can go from here. Because this is so perfectly Pokemon.
Mm-hmm. It's the first one that I actually wanted to play.
Yeah, because it's so interesting, and you feel such a connection to it.
That connection is what I get. Like, the way they tied Pokemon and me to, like, the battles and stuff, and your maintenance of your Pokemon. And
we found out later through data mining that because the 3DS is kind of weak, they originally had a system where Pokemon would follow you, like they did in Yellow and Heart Gold and Soul Silver. There are models for every single Pokemon in the game, like walking and running models that they couldn't fit in the game. So the idea is if they did make a remake, that would be a part of it, which is awesome because those models look really good. It's just that the system probably couldn't handle it.
Mm-hmm.
So that would like even more like connect you to that world. So I'm very happy that a Pokemon game came out, and I'm not a bitter old man like I feared I would be. Because I don't like, I get the people who like are Gen 1ers or Gen 2ers. Like, I get that, but like try something else out. Mm-hmm. It's still good.
All right.
Still good. Great game.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Hopefully it goes on to more great things.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it does next. All right, George.
Number one.
Game of the year.
I think this one's easy to. I really had a hard time choosing between these two. Which one's gonna be 1 and 2? Game of the year for me, if I'm gonna be true to myself, and I love Bound, is Doom.
Oh my god.
Doom is my game of the year, and it is one of the best games of this generation. Doom is fast in a way that the original Doom was. Doom is fucking exciting and fucking visceral in a way that, like, no first-person shooter has for years. I can't remember the last one that's been this fucking good and exciting. Doom is so good. The only real issue I have with it is, like, the way it designs collectibles and your upgrade path. That stuff is messed up. But the soundtrack is fantastic. They get the tone so right of this thing that is ambivalent to its lore. Well, it's not ambivalent, but it plays it off that it knows the audience doesn't give a heck. They don't care. They don't care. But they take it serious, like the way, like, serious in a way like demonic possession in progress. And they're like, oh shit, the demons are coming to take the fucking hell wave energy. This is very important and bad. But also, like, this is ridiculous. And that is communicated through the Doom guy, your protagonist, who thankfully doesn't talk. I feel like if he talked, it would have been Duke Nukem and it would have gotten completely fucked. But the way what they do with, like, just like the motion of how your character moves or interacts with the environment is enough to communicate that sort of, I guess, ambivalence. It's very good. I like Doom a lot. And I think it makes me sad. Because I don't know when we're gonna get a game this fucking good. It reminded me of 2013 when The Last of Us came out, and I was like, man, we're not gonna get a game this fucking good for a while. And I
don't know anyone who likes Doom, the new Doom, as much as you.
No, I disagree. Good people out there. They're fighting the good fight. Out there. I highly recommend watching Danny Dwyer's documentary on Doom. Finally came out, and it was so good to see, because it kind of felt like is this an accent? Like, how is this smart? Like, how do you walk this line so well? And then you saw a documentary, and it was like, no, they totally got it. They totally got what they were going for after they completely scrapped the whole game that was like 3 years worth of development. And they're like, well, shit, what do we do now? What the fuck is Doom? What is Doom? What do we take for this? Like, what do we do for the soundtrack? What's the story gonna be? They didn't disclose, like, when they figured out the story, because they're like it's gonna make it seem completely irresponsible if we tell you when we figured out the story for this game. But yeah, Doom is so goddamn good. Other than the multiplayer, which is bad and not great. Doom is fantastic. I love Doom.
Are they doing the VR thing for Doom, or is that just an idea they're playing with?
Oh, that was like years ago, back when John Carmack was there.
I heard like at the PlayStation VR thing, didn't they talk about bringing VR to Doom and Fallout 4?
Fallout 4, not Doom.
Oh, okay. Maybe
they might. I don't know. Because I know John Carmack was messing with things.
Because that'd be a game that I feel like people would really like VR for.
I don't know. That's a fast game. I think it would make you sick.
Maybe.
I don't think it would work.
Maybe.
It'd make you sick, I think.
So, Game of the Year, Doom.
Doom, Game of the Year. As it deserves.
As it deserves.
I'm excited for Giant Bomb's Game of the Year, where if Doom doesn't win Game of the Year, I will riot in the streets, because there is no justice in this fucking year. God damn.
Well, George,
Game of the Year.
I think you know what my Game of the Year is.
Yeah, I do, and I don't get it. I still don't get it.
I love Inside.
I don't get it.
It is so perfect, George. It's so perfect.
Whatever, you can go.
The atmosphere, the environments, the dark horror aspects of it. George,
I don't get
the platform is so perfect and flawless. It's short and sweet, and it just wraps you up in this world. You become this character. You become connected to it, and you're questioning what the hell's going on. And then you're left, and it just ends like the Blair Witch Project. It just ends, and you're left with so many questions over what the hell is going on. There's so many different ways to interpret it. And, like, oh my god.
I don't get it.
Playdead makes some damn good games.
They're working on another one.
Limbo was really great. I get criticism of it. I do not get how you do not like this game.
I'm glad I wasn't alone when I was playing it, because I was like, I don't get it. And I was playing with someone, I was like, do you get this? And he was like, no, well, this game sucks. And I was like, okay.
I played it alone. I was like, this game is great. I played it with a friend, and she was like, this game is fucking great. And I'm like, thank you. And then everyone else in the world was like,
this game is great.
This game's great.
And I'm like, I don't get it.
Hallelujah. People respect what needs to be respected. 2D platformers, like, Nintendo shoves those out. And, like, it's hit or miss, really. Or not really miss. It's more like hit and, like, okay, this is fine.
Mm-hmm.
But Playdead takes platformers in such this different way.
It's a deliberate game, obsessive almost.
Yeah, and it works so well for what they do. And it's just, I have no words. It's like I could stare at this game forever. This is the game I've replayed the most. I replayed it like 7 times. And it's short, so like that did take very long. Mm-hmm. And I get that people are like $20 for such a short game.
I don't get that at all. I will stand by. This game is worth $20.
It is worth $20, but I get that people want.
I don't get it.
People want playtime, and I feel like if you look for all the secrets, there is that.
How do you walk into this game and not know what the fuck you're signing up for? I don't get it.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of people like hear like people like obsessed about it. I'm like, okay,
this
fine.
game took 5 to 6 years of people working obsessively over it. Go home and cry
over a small team. Yeah, I really hope they expand their team and they make another game more soon. Just because like this.
I know their creative director left.
They did. Yeah, I think they might have just been tired.
I don't know.
Because like working on this game for like that long.
You can go anywhere.
Maybe I want to make something more cheery next.
I don't know.
You can't really make anything cheery when your company's name is Playdead. But yeah, Inside, perfect piece of art. It's so great. One of my favorite games of all time. I love it. I love it so much.
It's gonna be. I get this game's gonna be like one of the best games of the generation, and I just don't get it. And I've made peace with it. Like I don't get it.
Are you not a 2D platform guy? Is that it?
I love 2D platforming, but I don't think I wouldn't consider Limbo a 2D platformer. I consider it a puzzle platformer, like Yarny. Remember Yarny?
Oh jeez. That's a game of the year.
I like Yarny better than Inside.
You need to get the fuck out of your apartment.
I don't know. I don't get it, and I've made peace with it. Every time I've seen everyone's Game of the Year stuff, and it's always there Inside. I'm like, man.
Maybe because it's a perfect game, and you're just a little grumpy Gus.
I don't get it. I didn't like Limbo. I don't like Playdead as a developer, because I don't like any other games. I think there's stuff cool about Inside. I don't know.
I don't know. You should probably play Inside
again.
No, the audience. They need to play Inside if they haven't, because it's good.
All right. Well, you don't even give Doom a shot, so
I don't have a PlayStation 4
yet.
But that's a story for another day.
Okay.
Watch that not happen.
That'd be great.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, George. What are you looking forward to in this next year?
Yeah. So this is. I didn't write anything down, but let's see. Let's look at 2017.
For me, it's like the Switch. That's what I'm looking forward to. The Switch and what Nintendo can come back with that. Because they got Breath of the Wild. They got a Splatoon upgrade sequel. Who knows what up.
Sequel.
We got a Mario Kart upgrade sequel. Who knows what's happening. We got so much interesting stuff going on with Nintendo next year. And as a Nintendo fanboy, I'm very excited. The Switch looks incredible.
It's also interesting to see that this is it, I feel. This is it.
I don't think that'll be it.
There's no way there's a new console after this, though. I don't think there is a new console after this, if this fails. I don't think it'll fail. I would be shocked if it fails as bad as the Wii U. I would be shocked.
The only reason the Wii U failed, I really think the only reason it failed is because the marketing on it at the gate was really bad.
Also,
and the gimmick wasn't enough to super... Like, I feel like it would have sold better, but not like... It still wouldn't... It wouldn't be like the top platform of this generation. It was probably guaranteed to be last, but I feel like it would have been better if the marketing was better out the gate.
I think there are so many...
But because the marketing was so bad at the gate and no one got onto it early on, the developers left early.
Sure, but also look at Xbox One.
Yeah.
Xbox One completely turned it around, I think, and I think that was like the most hated launch of a console ever. But at least people could tell you what an Xbox One is, I guess.
That's true, even with its bad name.
I feel like saying like where could have it gone right is useless. But I don't know. I'm excited for the Switch. I think it's very interesting to feel. I'm interested to see like where this console, what this Nintendo has to know that this
Nintendo is going to market this as like this is your second console.
Sure, they've done a good job so far, I think.
Yeah, and if they continue that, and if they bring great games and great ports to it from other third parties, and they're getting from Software is apparently signed on for this, and
to me, the third party doesn't give a fuck. I think it's important. The main thing that's exciting about this
is that Nintendo is working both teams on this.
Exactly. And that's one piece of hardware.
One piece of hardware, and that's what they've needed to be doing for quite some time.
That's what makes it good.
Because the 3DS was a great system, but it's a shitty system when you think about it. Like, I like the 3D, but other than that, like, the hardware in it is not great.
I am shocked that people still want them to support the 3DS. I'm like,
my 3DS is old.
I don't want to sound elitist, but like I just don't like that's like 2009 hardware.
It is.
That came out in 2011, and we're like still fucking.
No, I totally get that, and I love my 3DS. It has some great games on it, but it just failed in some ways to me too. And I want them to make the next thing because Nintendo usually rolls out their handheld stuff fairly quickly. Mm-hmm. Like, that's usually what they upgrade first. And I just want the Switch to come out and be a great handheld / home console. Them bringing everything, like Monster Hunter would be great on it. Mm-hmm. Just everything that people like about both systems on one system. I feel like that's what's going to sell this thing.
I just want the new Mario game. But
I want the new Zelda.
Top 3 most excited games for 2017. Almost 16. Night in the Woods. Fucking give me that game already. God fucking damn it. I know, take your time. You're like a small team. I get it. I'm so fucking excited about that game. Holy fuck. 2, Persona 5. I'm excited about that game. I've said it before. I'm really excited.
You'll say it again. Mm-hmm. Persona 5.
3, Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania. It looks great. I'm excited to see what they do with this sort of Saturn sequel to a Sonic game that never came out. Mm-hmm. And then for that Mario game, whatever that is, I'm so excited for.
You're not as excited for Zelda?
No. Because I have no.
That's true. You don't have that connection.
I look at Zelda and I'm like, yeah, it looks like an open world game. I'm excited. It looks pretty. The soundtrack looks great. It sounds great. I'm excited, but I'm way more excited for Mario game.
That trailer with the Zelda voice in it, that still gives me chills. Like Zelda is my favorite franchise.
Every time I see that trailer, I get so fucking excited. But again, I'm like, it looks like an open world game, so I don't know. I'm excited. I hope those games. I'm excited for this whole thing again, because I think Nintendo knows that this is it. I feel, and I want to see what this console is, what this company is when they're on the fucking brink.
We will know very soon.
Yeah,
we'll know in just a few weeks, actually, because they have the event on the 12th, and that's going to be really fun.
Yeah. Is there anything other games?
Ukulele comes out.
Ukulele. I mean, you're gonna get a PS4.
Maybe.
So
I'd prefer to play this on the Switch, to be honest with you.
No, I'm saying, but like there's other games that are available to you now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's true. Now that games might be more available to me, I'll probably get Resident Evil 7.
Fuck, that's coming out soon, huh?
That is coming out very soon.
Oh god.
Like, I was messing with the demo on my PC, and then I was like, I'm actually getting a PS4 probably, so I could just try the demo out there. And I've never played Resident Evil game. If this is more of the horror aspect, then I'd be a lot more interested in that, because I just don't like fighting.
Sweating.
You're sweating.
Game. I just want to love Resident Evil again. Evil again. Please.
I loved how you were so in denial about Resident Evil 6. You told me it was a great game, but then the week later you're like, Ryan, I was wrong. I'm sorry.
The game is fucking garbage. I remember, like, it was weird because it broke. I could see the gears turning, like, fuck this game. Bad.
That was the same year that like you started hating Sonic and Mega Man. Like
that's when I finally got a critical opinion.
That was a bad year for you.
I was like, video, like yeah.
But also a good year because
I actually matured. I matured, and I was like, man. And I want to say I'm hopeful for Resident Evil 7, but everything about it, I'm like, nope. I don't want this. Like it's so. Like, man, I don't know. I hope it's good, and we'll know soon.
We're both excited for Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It looks very Zelda for me.
Yeah.
I like that world on it.
It's like pretty.
It's like old school world, but like there's robot dinosaurs everywhere. That's so cool. Mm-hmm. And now that I probably will have a PS4.
I'm excited for Gravity Rush 2.
Oh yeah.
In a way that I didn't think I would be, but mostly because I'm like, I love the art style. I love the soundtrack. I hope it's good. There's a short animated movie coming out soon. And I'm looking forward to it. I hope it turns out well. because I find myself very attracted to stuff that's Japanese, like very Japanese.
Oh yeah.
And Gravity Rush is very Japanese. I'm excited for Yakuza 0. Excited to play that. I hope it's good. I'm excited for Nier Automata, which is another Japanese game. I feel like there's a big thing I'm missing that I'm excited for, kind of. And by excited, I mean, like, I'm looking forward to, like, really the things I'm excited for are Night in the Woods, Persona, and Sonic Mania. That's what I call excited. The rest, I'm looking forward to seeing how this shapes up. Ukulele. It looks really good. I hope that's good.
Bloodstain was delayed. I was just going to say Bloodstain, but that was delayed.
Yeah, that was delayed. I could see that coming. I saw that. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like with... Actually, in terms of disappointments of the year, that...
My number 9.
I feel like that's more of a warning to other people, like, make sure your game's good and don't sell out on your way.
I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. I would love to see what happened with that game. But
yeah, that'd be an interesting documentary.
Ryan.
Other than that, I'm interested to see what this new 3D Sonic game is.
I'm not.
They're hyping it up.
Are they?
They are.
They're hyping Sonic Mania way more, I think.
Well, I feel like that's because
there's more to show.
There's more to show right now, yeah. But I'm interested to see where that goes. I want there to be a good 3D Sonic game.
Nah.
They probably won't ever
happen.
Just
give me Sonic Mania. I don't care. And make Sonic Mania 2 and then make Sonic Mania 3. That's all I need. That's really all I need.
All right, my man.
Like, it looks so much better than anything Sonic has come out in decades. It's so good.
I get why you feel that way.
Like, it gets what Sonic was. And not like, it's like Sonic CD 2. Oh, it's so good.
You're not like Sonic games. I don't know, like a single
I don't like Sonic. I think all the Sonic games are flawed. I don't think any of them are great. But I think each of them has something interesting.
I personally would call every Sonic game bad. That's just me. I really do not like them.
I would call Sonic Adventure bad. I like playing it. It's a fun game to speedrun. I think Sonic Adventure 2, bad video game. I still think there's stuff that's good about it. Sonic Heroes, bad video game. Still stuff that's good about it. Sonic Shadow the Hedgehog, awful video game. It's just bad. It's a bad video game.
Even the 2D ones I don't like though.
Yeah, sure.
Even the classic ones, like it's just you're going too fast and then stuff hits you and you're like, I couldn't possibly have seen that coming.
I think
it's just like you watch people play it who know what they're doing, like, this looks amazing, but then you actually play and you're like, what the hell am I doing?
Get it, like, sure, like, there's the thesis statement. The problem with Sonic is, like, we built the game on a character that defies fucking, was it Newton's first law or second law? Like, I'm fucking up. Like, obviously the law is, like, if an object moves faster, it'll be harder to control.
Yeah.
And it's a platforming game, so it's all fucked. But I feel like there are ways to make Sonic work.
They've gotten really close.
I think Sonic the Hedgehog 1's probably the worst 2D game.
Like Sonic Colors, I thought was pretty... That's the most okay Sonic game I've played. Mm-hmm. But still, it gets a lot of stuff wrong. It's not.
I like Sonic a lot.
I know you do.
And I don't like to say it.
He's a cool dude.
Because I'm excited for Sonic Mania. It's a game that gets what Sega was, and it gets what Sonic was, not the fucking, what's it called? What's this guy who's credited as Sonic's creator?
Ooh, I do not know that.
But yeah, it's not that Sonic USA team, it's that Sonic Japan team that made Sonic CD, and what they were experimenting with, and they were never able to make another game. That's what I'm so excited for Sonic Mania. I'm excited what they see with that game. I think that's gonna be a podcast.
I think next year, this 2017 is gonna be a good
there's
year.
Mass Effect also coming out. I've never played a Mass Effect, but I'm excited.
I'm interested in it. I think it's gonna be a good year, especially for me as a Nintendo fan.
Maybe
that Switch is gonna be. I'll love it no matter what it is. I mean, I still love my Wii U, even though how flawed and cheap it is. But yeah, it'll be a good year for me. I'm fascinated to see
how this is gonna go down.
Hopefully well, or also just probably make mobile games forever. Mm-hmm. And, that might be okay.
That might be okay, too.
That might be fine.
So, for George Ryan Video Games, I'm George.
I'm Ryan.
I'm here hoping for a better 2017. Have a happy holidays. Goodbye.
See ya.